Okay, welcome back, y'all. So today my baby girl, my bonus baby, she wanted something different for her birthday. So what I'm going to do is color her locks. She started her lock journey in January, and I'm just so like happy at the way, her hair has progressed. It just looks amazing. It's full, it's beautiful. So she sent me a picture saying, "Hey Ashley, I want like a blondish and I want a red." At first I was like, we not doing all of that. But after I looked at it, I was like, okay, so it's popping. So okay, yeah. What we're doing right now, I use 30 volume with Redken lightener. Now you can use any lightener of choice. You can also purchase yours at Sally's or any beauty supply store, or if you are a professional, a licensed professional, then you know they have it at Cosmoprof and Salon Centric. And I'll leave the link down below to exactly what I use, okay? So the reason that I'm not using a brush like I normally do is because she has locks, and I want to make sure that it's saturated, and I want to make sure that I don't leave like any color lines, because with locks, the hair is thick, and I want to make sure that I'm getting in there. So it was easier for me to just use my hands to go through it. You want to make sure that you're not rushing it, but also not taking your time. And I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm not doing. Like, I'm not putting it on her scalp. I don't want her scalp to be super light. I don't want her scalp to burn. But I did go in and just do the ends to the mid shaft. After I get her hair to a certain level that I wanted to, then I'm going to go back in and put the lightener on the roots. I also wanted to say that it's totally okay for, your kids to experiment with different things. When I was her age, I was doing the damn most. Like, y'all should have seen me. I was doing so much. I was using glue, and I shouldn't have been doing that. And I was about bald headed. But the fact is, I was experimenting with things I did and did not like. And luckily, my grandparents, my mother, the people in my life let me do what I wanted to do with my hair, because they knew that I was passionate about it. So that's the main thing. That's what's important, is being passionate and letting your kids experiment with different things. Being that she is a young lady, a young woman of color, I just want her to feel confident within herself, confident within her hair choices, and do what makes her feel good with, making sure that it's not too grown, but allow these kids to experiment with different things that make them feel good. When I'm using lightener, I like to sometimes use a paste too, because it's a lot thicker. I don't like it to be too watery, because it gets all over the place and I just can't stand it. But guys can see how her hair is like already starting to turn. The ends are getting a little bit lighter, and it's not as dark as it was. I'm still moving at a good pace, but I'm taking my time to make sure that each piece that I'm doing is saturated. And again, this is why I went in with my hands, because it seems to just work better for me. I just like to do what makes sense for me. Like, I know many of you have been in the industry and you've learned from different people and learned different techniques, but I'm like encouraging y'all to just learn the way that feels more comfortable to you. Like, you could take a million classes and learn something one way, and then you take another class and learn it a different way. neither way is right or wrong. You decide to do what works for you. Do what works for you so that you can blossom into the best stylist, you know, the best hair artist that you can be. Right now, I'm just going in to make sure that I saturated the pieces. Each piece, I'm just like a perfectionist. I have to make sure that it's right. It's just like that Virgo in me, that Virgo energy. But yes, this is after we did the mid shaft and ends. You can see it's already lightened up a whole lot. And it looks really good. It's going at the pace that I wanted it to go. Again, you want to make sure that the hair is healthy. You don't want to damage the hair, so please make sure that you're taking your time and not just slapping bleach on it to get it done. All right, now that her hair is at the level that I want it, I'm going in with the lightener. Same developer, same brand that I use, and I'm going in with my fingers because I want to be able to feel it, like I mentioned earlier. And I also put a protective gel around her edges and inside of her scalp to prevent any burning. Yes, when you have lightener or bleach, whatever you want to call it, it can burn sometimes, especially those that are new to color. So make sure that you are protecting the hair and scalp. So I'm just gonna let this sit, and I'm gonna let this process for about 10 to 15 minutes. And yes, you need to make sure that you're keeping an eye on the client and the hair, because you don't want to over process it. So I want it to be like an ashy blonde, but I have to get it light enough for that red, okay? But you can see how it's already processing, how it's already going through. And if you have a few pieces in the back that are at the level that you want it to be, just go ahead and take your spray bottle like I'm doing right now, and I'm spraying in the back because it's gotten to the level that I want it to be. And I'm going in with my spray bottle so that it won't over process anymore. Okay, now I'm sectioning off the part that she wanted to keep red. She was like, Ashley, leave this part on the side red and then color the rest the blonde. So I was like, okay. But anyway, I'm using an 8GN for the rest of her hair. I wanted to tone down. I still wanted to be age appropriate, but still giving her that look that she's going for, which is like a cool, neutral blonde. These are the colors that I'm using. On the part that I have sectioned off, I'm using a 6RR. Redken Shades GQ is my favorite demi-permanent color line. I've been using that since I graduated hair school in 2006 or 7. I can't remember. I'm getting old. But it is the best. It is the best to tone. It is the best to just do everything. Like, it never gets old. I highly recommend Shades GQ. So I went in with my brush because it felt more comfortable to me. Remember, I mentioned that earlier in this video. And I want to make sure that each piece was saturated. Also, I want to say that after I rinsed out her lightener, I went in and shampooed and conditioned her hair with my product line, Healthy MF and Hair. You see I'm wearing the shirt. I shampooed and conditioned her with my deep cleansing hair bath, the milk and honey yolk shampoo, and deep treated her hair before we went in and did this step right here. If you see the lightener looking a little soapy, don't worry about that. That's just how that line works. But I'm telling you, when I'm done, y'all gonna be like, wow, damn, it's beautiful. I just, again, want to say that Shades GQ is the best toner line that I have experienced. If you have any other recommendations, leave them below. But y'all can see how her roots and how it's just starting to tone down and give like that golden, like that sun-kissed golden look. Like, it just looks bomb. And again, it's still age appropriate. She's turning 15, you know, so I was like, okay, baby, I'm gonna go ahead and do it for you, you know, spice you up just a little bit, just a little bit. And here again is what I use to tone her hair. So I didn't get the part where I did the red because my camera had went dead, but y'all see how vibrant that red is. And you would do the same thing. After I toned the back, I went in and I did that part that was clipped off. I did that in red, and I'm going in with my Olaplex number 3. I'm going to put that on all of her hair. Like, I'm going to saturate her hair completely. When using Olaplex, I recommend that you use the steps that it comes in. I don't care if you have dreads. I don't care if you're Caucasian. I don't care if you have relaxed hair. I don't care if you have natural hair. Make sure that you're taking some time to, you know, keep the hair healthy, because that's number one in everything. Like, healthy hair is number one. So after this, I left it in and I took her to the salon where another stylist twisted and you know, did like a little cute style on her hair. Again, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and peace, y'all.